It's the Ross Tucker Football Podcast.
Oh, yeah, it is. But it's not just any Ross Tucker Football Podcast. It is a Finish Strong Friday, presented, of course, by DraftKings. Not only a Finish Strong Friday, it is a Winners Friday. It is a Picks Friday. It is a Ross, get your stuff together and make sure you have everything lined up in front of you Friday, presented by DraftKings, including winners. We love you guys. We love all of you, but we really love those of you that go the extra mile.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
People like Spread the Word winner Dan Gaulin, Gaulin. Dan, I saw your quote tweet about Andrew Brandt's Business of Sports. I saw it. It's that simple. And as a result, you can get any of these press passes you want, buddy. If you're looking on youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL, you will see I am absolutely loaded with awesome ones. Ravens, Browns, UConn, Houston, Cowboys, Raiders. You ever heard of those two teams? Army, UMass, UConn, Holy Cross, a ton of Army ones, Buffalo, Nevada. How about Eagles, Jags? How about my Eagles season passes from 2019 and 2020? Those are incredible. Ravens, Dolphins. That game was nuts. Louisville, Wake Forest, Army. So many awesome ones. Just let me know, Dan, what you want. So easy to be the Spread the Word winner. Same with the sponsor confirmation email winner. How about Porter Reese? Porter Reese got not one, but two stories from myfrontpagestory.com. One for his dad, one for his stepmom. You will not be disappointed at all, Porter. I have seen so many videos and pictures at this point of people when they receive these stories, and I have not seen another gift. I'm not aware of another gift that causes the emotions that myfrontpagestory.com does. It's simply incredible, and I love seeing it. And then, of course, the YouTube shout-out. Brian Adlich, Adlich. Not sure if I'm saying that correct or not, Brian. But Brian, I had never seen his name before. Making a YouTube comment, youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL, made a comment on Even Money. So now you get a free Cameo-style video. People pay me for these videos on Cameo to talk trash and fantasy football, or for their brother or their buddy. You get one for free. Just email me, ross@rosstucker.com, and let me know exactly who you would like me to give the shout out to. And I'll post that to YouTube and send it over to you. It's Big Show time.
The Big Show.
Before we get into your picks for Week 14, let's talk about Thursday Night Football. 36-28 Vikings over the Steelers.
What a football game. What a wild turn of events. I mean, I went from thinking, man, everything I've always said about Steeler pride, Steeler tradition is just totally thrown out the window. And then the next thing you know, here come the Pittsburgh Steelers. So impressed. Well, look, so dismayed by their start to the game, but so impressed that they fought back. Guys, if you didn't watch the game, it was 29-0 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. I mean, in the third quarter. I'm sorry, third quarter. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 29-0. Dalvin Cook was back, which surprised me with that shoulder injury, but he was back. And, man, the Vikings were on fire early in that game. Justin Jefferson actually dropped a perfect touchdown pass from Cousins, and then the Vikings missed a field goal, so they got no points out of it. Then Ben actually ran. He can't move hardly at all, but Ben actually ran for a first down. but Boswell missed the field goal. So it was not a great kicking display, to say the least, to start the contest. But then after that, the Steelers could not stop either Dalvin Cook or Alexander Mattison for that matter, but really Dalvin Cook or Justin Jefferson. I mean, Justin Jefferson's wide open for a touchdown. They can't stop the run at all. Some of the biggest holes I've ever seen in my life against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some of the biggest holes I've ever seen in my life, period. And these were against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Jefferson gets a touchdown. They miss an extra point. Chase Claypool. Oh, man, Chase Claypool. So he has a taunting penalty, which is just not very smart. Then he has a fumble, which he was extending way short of the line to gain. Not very smart. They overturned it, thankfully for him. I thought that was a fortunate call. Then Claypool misses a block, critical, on 3rd and short. Then late in the game, the most egregious error, they're going for the game-tying score. And he's like flexing and pointing first down when they have no timeouts left and they're trying to get the ball down the field. I mean, you want to talk about a kid that is just, I mean, he's a second-year NFL player. Unbelievably clueless. I mean, unbelievable. The likes of which I've almost never seen. Brutal. Steelers were getting run over by huge holes I've never seen. But listen, I give them a ton of credit. Steeler pride with that comeback. They got some turnovers of Kirk Cousins, who didn't play very well. Najee Harris started to make some plays. Big Ben was slinging it. And everybody was making contested catches for the Steelers. James Washington, Deontay Johnson, yes, even Claypool. And even though it wasn't a good night for Cousins, he made some big throws down the stretch. The KJ Osborne touchdown was huge. The throw to Dalvin Cook for a first down late was huge. And they did that without TJ Watt, who hurt his groin again. Freiermuth almost caught a touchdown with no time left on a beautiful throw from Big Ben. But unfortunately for them, Harrison Smith made an incredible play. Gigantic win, clearly, for the Vikings, who deserve credit for getting that start and then finishing off, and also the Steelers for what they did. That was an uncommon game. And speaking of uncommon, if you haven't finished your holiday shopping yet, do not panic. I got a secret source for incredible original gifts. It's Uncommon Goods. UncommonGoods.com has the absolute best gifts for everyone in your life. I was checking some of them out. I mean, they're usually handmade. They're things you don't even think of until you actually go to UncommonGoods.com. That's what I never know what to get certain people. And if I just go in a store, I don't know. Uncommon Goods also offers uncommon experiences. Mixology, cooking, flower arranging, very, very cool. And with every purchase you make, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. It's over $2.5 million so far. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/Tucker. That's uncommongoods.com/Tucker for 15% off. Do not miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
Want to know which team is going to win every single game on Sunday? Then listen up.
Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington football team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. If you heard the Even Money podcast, I like Washington getting the points in the game for those of you that are inclined for that. Although if you're inclined for that, you probably already listened to the Even Money podcast. But I'm just saying that to illustrate, I think it's a close game. Washington has sort of specialized in those as of late. But I'm going to take the Cowboys. I just think the Cowboys are the better team, the more talented team. And I think Washington has sort of won their fair share of these close games, if that makes sense. I just kind of feel like they're due to not, they're flying too close to the sun. They're due to actually lose one of these at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and say Dallas 23 and then Washington 20.
Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, not so much. Not so much in terms of an awesome game. I believe that the Titans win this one. Man, I'm going back and forth whether it's 7 or 10. I don't know. We haven't seen the Titans really play all that great so far without Derrick Henry. But I kind of feel like in this one, off the bye, Vrabel will have them ready. They ran it very well against the Patriots last time out. I think they take care of business. I'm going to say 24-16 or like 23-13, something like that.
All right. Seattle at Houston.
I like Seattle. Houston's a mess. I don't know what they're doing at quarterback. I would think that it's going to be Davis Mills, but I guess I don't really know that for sure at this point. But at any rate, I mean, I just can't imagine the way the Seahawks looked last week. I can't imagine them losing to the Texans. This is actually, Bri, a really sneaky, good survivor pick because I'm guessing nobody actually has taken Seattle as a survivor pick yet. So if by some miracle you're still in a survivor league, I really think this is a good pick for you to go with the Seahawks over the Texans. I know it's on the road. I know the Seahawks haven't been great, but still, it's probably slim pickings at this point.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
You got a score?
Yeah, sure. 27-10 Seahawks.
All right. Raiders, Chiefs.
So I like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just playing so well on defense right now. It's hard to imagine that the Raiders can knock them off, although they did it last year, which surprised a lot of people. The Raiders are just offensively challenged right now. They have not been able to score other than that Dallas game where they got a ton of pass interference penalties, which obviously greatly aided them in that contest. So I'm not seeing it from the Raiders in this one. I will be curious to see whether or not the Chiefs offense can play as well in this game as they did in the first meeting with the Raiders a few weeks ago. Let's go. I'm not seeing it. I'm going to say 27-17 Chiefs.
New Orleans Saints at the New York Jets.
Saints, it feels like, are getting a little bit healthier. I did think that the Jets took a step forward last week, but I don't know that it's enough to believe that they'll beat the Saints. I think it's a good game, though. Maybe. Let's say 24-20 Saints. Maybe it's a good one-score game, close game, 24-20 Saints.
All right. Falcons at the Panthers.
I'm going to go with Atlanta. I don't know what to expect from Carolina. Maybe they get a boost from firing Joe Brady. Maybe Jeff Nixon, the new OC, comes in and is able to do things that really help them. I don't know. I guess I just don't really see that. I feel like Atlanta's been more consistent. Now, Carolina is coming off of a bye. It's a true toss-up game, man. 24-23 Falcons. Let them out, Bri.
Ross's Underdog of the Week.
Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns.
I like the Browns. I just think the Ravens are a really beat up team right now. I think the Browns bye came at the right time. They haven't had to play again since they just played the Ravens. The Ravens, I love their heart. I love their fight. I know that they will play to the best of their ability, but they haven't figured out the blitz. They just lost Marlon Humphrey. The Browns should be refreshed. I'm taking the Browns to win this one, and I think it's low scoring again. I think it's 20-17, Cleveland.
New York Giants, LA Chargers.
So there are some reports that Glennon might get cleared from the concussion today or tomorrow and then be able to play for the Giants. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. And quite frankly, I feel like I'd almost rather see Jake Fromm play and see what Jake can do. See what State Farm Jake can do for you. I'll take the Chargers, obviously. This would be the type of game the Chargers would lose in prior years. I don't think Brandon Staley's going to allow that to happen. The Giants are just not a good team. And so I think I'll go 27-17 Chargers. And I'll also tell you about the free Fix Finder service at AutoZone, where you can troubleshoot more dashboard lights, including your check engine light, ABS light, and service interval light. The free Fix Finder gives you possible solutions for your lights, all backed by verified technicians. They'll send you a detailed Fix Finder report, which is nice, straight to your email. So you'll have all that information that you need. If you need a repair shop, they can give you a recommendation there. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician verified fixes, and you can only find it at AutoZone. So the next time your dashboard lights pay you a visit, just get in the zone, AutoZone.
Detroit Lions at the Denver Broncos.
So really sad news. I should have mentioned, by the way, earlier that the Titans claimed Zach Cunningham off of waivers. So I forgot to mention that when we were talking Tennessee. Really sad news out of Denver, by the way, or not necessarily out of Denver, but just really sad news in general. Demaryius Thomas passed away last night at age 33, longtime Denver Broncos receiver. You know, they don't suspect any foul play from what I've seen so far, but that hurts your heart and makes you think about his family for sure at age 33. As for the game, I don't see the Lions winning back-to-back games. I just don't see that happening. I think the Broncos defense has been pretty consistent. You know, they're getting good production now out of Javonte Williams. I like Denver to take care of business here. This is probably actually a decent survivor pick too, if you haven't already used them, which I'm guessing you haven't. Let's say 24-13 Denver survivor pick, Brian.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
San Francisco 49ers are at the Cincinnati Bengals.
So this is one of the best games of the day. I mean, this is a huge game for both of these teams from a playoff standpoint. I like Cincinnati. I liked the fight that they showed in the second half against a team like the Chargers. You know, you're not going to have that Jamar Chase fluke play again or the Joe Mixon, fumble that gets returned for a touchdown. I just don't see that happening. Meanwhile, San Francisco is just not the same team without Deebo Samuel. So I'm going to say Cincinnati, who's actually the underdog in this one now. Cincinnati 24, San Francisco 20, doggies, Bri.
Gross's Underdog of the Week.
The Buffalo Bills at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's where you'll be, right, Bri?
Yep. Heading down
Oh,
there.
man. That Tampa Bay is an elite press box food. Elite. Bananas Foster at halftime. That's legit. I will be, by the way, Army-Navy tomorrow. So pretty much any station you guys listen to while you're driving around tomorrow, maybe you're going to a Christmas party or maybe you're just going shopping during Army-Navy, tune it to any channel pretty much. And I'll be on the call for Westwood One. Probably my favorite day of the year. Absolutely love that. I like the Bucks quite a bit here, Bri. I think it's a bad spot for the Bills. Short week, brutal loss, both physically and emotionally on Monday night. I just don't see them bouncing back to beat a good Bucks team. I'll take Tampa Bay in this one. 27-20. I think the Bucks win by a touchdown.
Sunday Night Football, the Bears at the Packers.
So there's news out of Green Bay as well, where Randall Cobb had core muscle surgery, which is, they used to call it a sports hernia. Now they call it core muscle surgery. At any rate, he will be out for a while as a result. And that hurts because, he's sort of a reliable receiver for Rodgers that Rodgers has leaned on quite a bit this year. So that's not good. There's been games where Cobb has been featured for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I don't think it affects him in this game. And I think they're probably hoping he can make it back for the playoffs. I'm sure that's the goal, is try to get the bye. Only one team gets it now, but try to get him back for the playoffs, which makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. The Bears are going to start Justin Fields. Thank goodness, for our entertainment purposes. Should make that game a lot more entertaining and better to watch. Ultimately, though, I'm going to take the Packers, of course, to win the game. I don't know, 24-14 Green Bay. I'll go 24-14 Green Bay. And I'll also say that overcoming the odds, rewriting the playbook, delivering under pressure, the MVPs of small business lead their teams to victory all year long. Visa is proud to provide playmakers everywhere with more tools to help grow their business and help them achieve even greater success. Because the more people we can empower, the more we all win. Visa, it is a network working for everyone.
All right, and finally, Monday Night Football, it's the Rams at the Cardinals.
So I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Number one, they're playing at home. Number two, they've just been way more consistent. Now, it's certainly possible that the Rams come out and they play really well and the Rams make a statement game, and we'll see whether or not that happens, because it absolutely could. But I just don't – I'm not going to predict that to happen, right? Like I always say when I make my picks on Friday, I do it like if I had to put $1 on, if I had to put money on it, because I want you guys to know what I really think is the most likely outcome. And I think I'd rather go with a team like the Cardinals that has been very, very consistent the entire season, whereas the Rams were bad, and then they kind of had a get-right game, so to speak, against the Jags. But the Jags are not the Arizona Cardinals. And I just think the Cardinals understand how important home field advantage is, and they're going to continue to play at a high level to try to get home field advantage. So I like the Cardinals. And if the Rams prove me wrong, the Rams prove me wrong. I'm going to say Arizona 28, the Rams 24. I think and hope it'll be a very, very entertaining game on Monday Night Football. I do have one new patron shout out, Bri. That's Angelo Straface. I don't know, Straface. Love when we get new patrons. That's a pretty cool gift to give somebody. A Tuckheads membership level, so they can see all the even money bets, the press box food, and more importantly, just be a part of the community. Just be a part of other people that love our shows and talk to each other. It's awesome. Welcome to the club, Angelo. And then, of course, we have the I Think We're Done Here members of patreon.com/RTmedia that get a shout out for their business at the end of every show. Pizza Boy Brewing, Sporticulture, Vision Comics with an X, HumanHeadNYC.com, and SteakhouseSports.com. I think we're done here.
Thanks for listening to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Make sure to also subscribe to the Fantasy Feast, Even Money, Business of Sports, and College Draft. All available at Apple Podcasts, RossTucker.com, or wherever podcasts can be found.
A lot of times on the show, I mentioned DraftKings. Here's what you need to know. You got to be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. By the way, if what I was talking about included a deposit bonus, doesn't always, sometimes it does. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough, and deposit bonuses are paid out in site credit.